Daf Yomi Tractate Bava, page 99. A, top of the page with the words Vihig Dicho Yore. And it was burned in the cauldron in which it was dyed. The dryer gives the owner the value of his wool. Okay, so you brought something to so someone brought something, a wool to a wool dyer, and basically it was burned in the cauldron in which it was dyed. We were talking about craftsmen that ruin things, like a carpenter or whatever, ruins stuff that makes a difference if materials were given, or if he repairs it, or if he makes it from scratch, or make it from new. So this is the case where he gave his wool to a wool dyer and it was burned in the cauldron in which it was dyed. The dyer gives the owner the value of the wool. The Gemara infers the value of the wool. Yes, the dyer must pay that amount, but the value of the wool and its enhanced value, no, he need not pay. The Gemara suggests, is this not referring to a case where the wool was burned after falling into the cauldron and the dye had taken hold, so that there is enhanced value? And one can learn from the Mishnah that a craftsman acquires ownership right through the enhancement of the vessel, and therefore the dyer need not pay the enhanced value. Shmuel said, this is not a proof. With what are we dealing here? We are dealing with a case where the wool was burned at the moment of falling into the cauldron, before the dye had taken hold, so that there is no enhancement. The Gemara asks, but according to this opinion, what would be the halacha if it was burned after falling into the cauldron when the dye had taken hold? Would the dyer give the owner the value of his wool and its enhancement? Shall we say that Shmuel does not accept the statement of Rav Asi and holds that a craftsman does not acquire ownership rights to the enhancement of the vessel? The Gemara rejects this statement. Shmuel could have said to you, with what are we dealing here in the Mishnah? We are dealing with a case where the wool and the herbs used in the dye both belong to the homeowner, and the dyer is taking only the payment of his hand, that is, the wages for his labor, and nothing else. In this case, the craftsman does not acquire ownership rights through the enhancement of the vessel, but in a case where the craftsman provides the materials, he does acquire such rights. The Gemara asks, if so, if the homeowner's herbs were also ruined by the dyer, the Mishnah should have said that the dyer gives the owner the value of his wool and herbs, not just the value of his wool. Rather, Shmuel is merely dismissing the Gemara's proof with regard to the statement of Rav Asi that a craftsman acquires a vessel through its enhancement, by saying that Mishnah could be understood otherwise. He does not, however, state his own opinion on this matter. Tashma. The Gemara offers another suggestion. Come and hear a proof from a brayta with regard to the one who gave his garment to a craftsman, and the craftsman concluded the work and notified the owner that the work was complete. Even if the owner delays paying the craftsman from now until 10 days henceforth, he does not violate this delay, the provision of you shall not oppress your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of a hired worker shalt thou abide with him all night until the morning. Leviticus 19:13. Yet the craftsman gave the garment to him as at midday. Then, once the sun has set and the owner has not paid him, the owner does violate for this day the prohibition against delaying the payment of wages. The Gemara concludes, and if it enters your mind to say that the craftsman acquires ownership rights through the enhancement of the vessel, why does the owner violate the prohibition against delaying the payment of wages? As it is as if the craftsman acquired the garment, and the garment is considered to be a purchase of the garment of the owner, rather than a wage. Rather than a wage. I think I'm going to stop here because of time. Rather than a wage. Okay, we'll stop there. Those words. Yeah.